All right, says we live. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, bear with us. Just check the feed real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get going. All right, we live. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
GMS Charlotte
shalom.
back at you. GMS Charlotte back at you with another indoor class. All right. We indoors today. All right, but nevertheless, we're gonna bring it out. All right. So before we get started, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who taught us his truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. All right, we're back at you with a Lord willing edifying indoor class. All right, as we bring it out. The weather is crazy, as you brothers and sisters know. The storm that's coming across the East Coast and the ice and all of that. So we indoors. We're gonna bring it out. But anyway, just want to get into this thing first and foremost. We got the fair use copyright disclaimer, because we got a couple of videos that we want to play. Like the brothers were saying, they tag in brothers' channels, so we just want to make sure we put the disclaimer out there, man, just in case you try some dumb shit, So, but anyway, I want to get right into this thing, and you brothers add in if you want to add in,
Just as the brother said, we just gonna tap in on a lot of things that's lining up with Bible prophecy for the last few years that's been going on behind the scenes, especially concerning Amalek, man. The brother priest is gonna lead the way. And the thing is, the Lord is speaking, man. Everything's been lined up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Everybody's in their lot here in the later days, man. Concerning on the left hand side and on the right hand side. Everybody's in their lot here in the last days, man.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Hop in it.
No matter what you do, and you have to realize it, and you really have to develop a little bit of a tough skin, and if you don't, you really cannot survive, I suspect, doing anything of any great importance.
Do you like having a tough skin? Do you think you have to have a killer instinct in order to be successful?
I think you do have to have at least a winning instinct. I think that the world is made up of people with either killer instincts or without killer instincts, and the people that seem to emerge all the time, it doesn't mean they're the best people, and it doesn't mean they're the happiest people, and in fact, in many cases, and in most cases, they're probably not. But the people that seem to emerge are the people that are competitive and driven and with a certain instinct to win.
If you could make America perfect, how would you do it?
Well, I think that America is a country that has tremendous, tremendous potential. I think that much like the mind, I think that America is using very, very little of its potential. I feel that this country with the proper leadership can go on to become what it once was. And I hope, and certainly hope, that it does go on to be what it should be.
What should it be?
Well, it should really be a country that gets the respect of other countries.
Is respect the most important thing in your opinion?
Well, respect can lead to other things. When you get the respect of the other countries, then the other countries tend to do a little bit as you do, and you can create the right attitudes.
Been so generous, but they respect us again. They didn't respect us at all before. So that's money that goes to the United States. Some will go to Venezuela, and some will go to the oil companies, but not that, because that's already been extracted. So when you're not getting any of that, but when you start extracting, you'll get. But it's tremendous reserves, among the biggest in the world. Some people say it is the biggest in the world.
Said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life. And if I did decide to do it, I think I'd be inclined. I would say that I would have a hell of a chance of winning, because I think people, I don't know how your audience is, but I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. And I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing. This country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage of it. The fact is that you don't have free trade. We think of it as free trade, but you right now don't have free trade. And I think a lot of people are tired of watching other countries ripping off the United States. This is a great country.
He, at a very early age, latched onto the idea back in the 1980s that these were people who were coming after America, and he was going to get them. And the way to get them was with tariffs.
They laugh at us. Behind our backs, they laugh at us because of our own stupidity.
That idea, simplistic as it is, has stuck with him ever since.
Few people have a better understanding of Donald Trump than biographer Mark Fisher. He says the president's motivation is far less sophisticated than it might seem.
Do you think that this is just one big attempt to take down China?
The idea that Trump just wants to take down China is presuming that Trump has an ideology, a philosophy, a political strategy. That's not what this is about. This is about Trump's lifelong fascination with the term tariffs.
Tariff is the most beautiful word in the dictionary.
He likes the idea of it. He likes the idea that you punish someone and get something for it. That's a very Trumpian concept.
Now, how busy can you be?
I'm not busy at all.
But you
that
were
was a lot of fun, by the way.
Yeah,
Your coming up was a lot of fun.
And I must say, I thought that was very gracious of you to do, because obviously you've got a lot better things to do than goof around with me.
You're right.
Yeah. And what about the, are people trying to draft you to run for president up in New Hampshire?
Well, I guess a lot of people want to see this country. It's a shame what's happening. Japan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, everybody's taking advantage of the United States. People know that if certain people are running a country, that it won't happen. I mean, when you look at Japan not paying for the defense, we're defending Japan. We're losing billions and billions of dollars. We're fighting for AIDS help and for farmers and for this and that. And it's a shame. And the Japanese folks, who I respect greatly, but they're not treating us fairly. They're really not treating us fairly. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, they're not paying us anything for the services we're rendering, and I think it's a disgrace. And I think people look at certain people, and maybe me, if I were in a position, this country, believe me, would not be ripped off like it is. And it is just being ripped off so badly by our so-called allies.
Yeah. So that's a pretty strong statement. So now, are you saying?
I don't think it's strong. I think it's fair. And by the way, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese. I do a lot of business with the Japanese, and they smile about it too. They know it. The country is losing billions and billions of dollars to Japan, and we can't afford to lose. And it's a shame.
But so now, are you saying this by way of indicating that you could do it better, and you do intend to run for president at some point?
No, I'm not going to run for president, but I think somebody.
Now, in 8 years, if you came back, would you have a different answer? In 4 years?
I tend to doubt it. I really tend to doubt it. But I just think that there's so many ways that this country can straighten itself out, and we're not going about those ways. Cutting farm aid is not the appropriate thing. Cutting help for the homeless and help for the poor and welfare. Certain things can be done that really will mean big dollars to this country. And those things are not being done right now.
Proverbs chapter 20,
right here.
verse 20.
Now, we wanted to show all this because Trump, just as every other, person that we see in the main aisle, is a tool, all right, starting with the elites, but really it's all going back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, that's, being used as tools to forward prophecy,
Yep.
So, like I said, we wanted to, bring these videos to light so that everybody could see this is ultimately the plan of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right.
Yep.
So before we get any further, let's go ahead and grab that Daniel 4:17.
And everything we saw too, it shows you that this guy was set up.
Yeah, he was groomed. He was groomed
the whole time.
Mm-hmm. The talking points are the same. Terrorists, saying the same thing. All these other nations don't respect us. That's just talking points. He's using the same talking points he was using back then.
Yep.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. This matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Right. So as it says, this is the matter that this matter is by the decree of the watchers. We know the watchers being the angels. All right. It says, and in the man by the word of the holy ones. Now we are also angels, because when you break the word angel down, it really goes into messengers. So we are, angels in human bodies, bringing forth the will of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, so that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. All right. And he set up this Edomite to pretty much do what we're seeing him do on the earth. Okay.
Yep.
So the fact of the direction that America has went since Trump has been in office, this was all orchestrated, because like I was just saying, Trump is a tool being used, all right, by the elites to pretty much put America in this position so that they can, utilize this whole situation with America crumbling to have a reason to crash this society and bring in this new world order. And what we're seeing outside of America dealing with Israel, all right, you have another tool by the name of Benjamin, not a Jew, all right.
Yep.
who is being used to forward that on that end. So these two, Trump and not a Jew, are two major players that we're seeing, being used by Yahweh Shem Yahushua to bring these prophecies to pass, man.
Oh yeah,
that's right. And it's crazy. Both of them are committing war crimes.
Exactly.
Yep. I'm trying to find there was an image from the Economist magazine from 2016 or 17. Lord willing, I'll find it. But on the cover, it has Trump sitting on the world with the rod in his hand and a crown on his head, and underneath it says judgment. All right. So it was a video of this Edomite. He was breaking down the symbolism and all of that, and he was going into that at that time, speaking about basically, Trump with the whole MAGA thing. He's the guy that's going to bring in the judgment on the earth, and you see what's going on now. This guy is literally pushing nuclear war, disguised as peace, and all of this shit,
Yep.
But I'll find it, Lord willing. I'll play this video real quick.
Con.
All right.
Oh, is this it? Nah, it wasn't like the Game of Thrones thing, was it?
He's like sitting on top of the world. Nah, that ain't it. Yeah, I'll find it, Lord willing. All right.
Okay.
But I'll play this for you real fast. Oh, and again, all right, fair use, man. Okay. Fair use, right?
בזמן שישראל לאחרונה נמצאות נתפסו כמה עניינים. מה שלא יאות, וגם משהו שעדיין משיך ליבו. אז הייתה משהו מה ידיעתו. הכנראה שהיא מספיק, כאילו שהיום כבר כמה שעות בדין ועדיין ליבו. אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אבל יש להשתדל גם היום, בבשורות טובות. ושמחה וטוב לראות. הקדוש חסידים מקפידים שכל זמנים ונתת שמחה. בשורות טובות, הצלחה רבה.
There you go.
Kai. So pretty much what was said in that video was, Trump was Benjamin not a Jew was meeting with that rabbi, and he was telling him pretty much, that he needs to do more, because the whole plan of what we're seeing these tiny tots doing is they're trying to force the Most High's hand. All right. So they want to bring Yahushua, on the earth. So this is why they're over there in Gaza committing, great genocide to those Palestinians, because they're trying to force Yahweh Shem Yahushua's hand.
Yeah. Yep. And I found it right here. This is from The Economist in 2017, the magazine cover. All right. It says the world in 2017, Planet Trump, as you see, as the tower. And now these are all those what you call them things, the tarot cards and shit.
Yeah.
Because the whole MAGA thing has just been brought out. This guy's a top level witch, warlock. All right.
Right. Are you showing it on the screen?
Oh, I thought it was on the screen. Salakia, let me pull it up.
Because while you doing that, I just want to back up what you said about the MAGA thing.
Yep.
Because when you break down the word MAGA in different languages, they all point to the same thing as being witchcraft. So it says MAGA or Magus is the name of the highest rank in the Church of Satan. MAGA relates to witch in Latin. MAGA in Portuguese means magician, sorceress, wizard. MAGA in Japanese means wickedness, evil, calamity, disaster. MAGA is a slang word in Nigeria meaning sucker, fraud, victim, or easily fooled idiot, which makes sense.
Right.
MAGA means lies in Zulu. MAGA means dragon in Sudanese. MAGA means sorceress and female magician in Italian, which says mago.
Right.
So all showing that what the elder just said to be true, because Trump literally is a witch, and this MAGA shit was nothing more than a spell that was cast on you Americans.
There you go. as you see here, it says judgment. It has him sitting on the world, right? And look what's going on right now. He's the guy that's trying to take over. You know, this whole thing. We got to take over the Western Hemisphere. We got to expand to Greenland. You know, so he's going to be the guy that's going to bring forth the judgment. You know, you got the riots, the seditions going on. All right, look at this death. All right, looks like a nuclear mushroom cloud. All right, the magician. You see, you got the meta, right? The magic, all that. So it's a lot of all the symbolism that you see here. A lot of this stuff is playing out now. This is almost 10 years ago. You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
But this is how these devils operate, man. Through that revelation of the method and all of that. You know. Yep.
Even with that, I want to go up a little bit. What does that say? The hermit. Yeah, that's witchcraft right there.
Yeah, because the minds of the people are being, you know, set to be pitted against each other. If we can get that in Matthew 20, the kingdom divided,
right?
You know,
and with
that's all witchcraft. Because I was listening to, I believe it was Elder Yashwamba. He was going into this is the same thing that happened back in Rome, and he was saying that how pretty much the people have been, you know, put under this witchcraft, and they've been dumbed down to where they don't resort to reason anymore. So now it's, you know, the default way of thinking is to be pitted against the opposite opposing sides, and we've seen that. All right, dealing with the juice. All right, we've seen that dealing with, you know, the race wars, the gender wars, all that. So the natural, you know, thought process for the people is just to go against whoever they don't agree with, and that's the whole thing what Trump has been doing. All right, as far as, you know, blaming the left for everything, blaming Biden, you know, so that these dumbass MAGAs that you know will follow him to the pits of hell, they don't think about what he's doing and really analyze it. Like, it just, you know, is bullshit, you know.
Oh yeah.
Even that word, the hermit, it means withdrawal from wisdom and clarity.
Bam. See.
Yeah, it's crazy that I saw earlier today the situation in Minnesota with the ICE. They shot somebody else, but there's a video of somebody showing that it was like 10,000 more people showed up, and they're like, nobody knows where the hell these people came from. So a lot of the riots and shit, you know, the back and forth between ICE and the people is all staged, man. It's all
orchestrated.
All right, so they can escalate more sedition and chaos, man. All right, I got that loop. Oh, so
I had a quick precept.
Go ahead.
We just said this is Proverbs chapter 6 verse 12. It says, "A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth." In the NLT, it says, "What is worthless and wicked people like? They are constant liars." And that's what you know Trump is, and that's what all these Edomites are. They're liars, because they're telling you one thing, all right, which is really them trying to, you know, forward peace and bring humanity together, but it's all lies, man. All right,
it's all lies.
Verse 13, back in the King James, it says, "He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers."
And that's right there. That's that part of that secret society.
Yep.
All the hand stuff, all that little stuff, like they speak amongst each other when they around people that you don't know. They're doing certain things with their hands and symbolism and shit like that. That, like Priest said, they speak what they do. All that shit is symbolism, man. That's how they teach. That's how they teach each other what's called the head and hand. Little shit they be doing. That's that Freemason, that Illuminati shit.
Yep. It says, "Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy."
Hey, that's like the elder just said. What he got about? What'd you say? He got about like 10,000 people just popping up. He saw discourse because they all sponsored by George Soros.
Yep.
All of them are sponsored because all of them are number crisis actors. So this is all him just setting up this plan with the top witch, which is Trump. The top witch, because of fifth degree, what was it? Fifth degree witch priest, something like that. High level witchcraft. And all is and MAGA means all that damn. MAGA means nothing but witchcraft and sorcery, man. That's all it means, man. And putting spells on people. And they call it a cult now, the MAGA cult.
Because it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's an occult.
Occult, yeah, kind. And look, oh yeah, I seen this the other day too, Capo. The board of peace, right? straight madness. Went over there and committed straight genocide. Now they bought the land. They got it now. So now what did you seeing? Yeah. What are you seeing that what does that remind you of? That little TikTok with Benjamin, not a you know who, and Trump up in Gaza, and they got the gold and everything. That little the brothers know what I'm talking about. And they're like, oh, look at the
you talking
Gaza.
about the AI video?
Yeah, the new guy.
Yeah, the AI video.
That's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, that's
literally what they're doing right now. They said they own it now. They own it. Yep. And Putin ain't happy about that, but
oh yeah. But the fact, the fact that we hearing the talks of peace, right? Let me read that in 1 Thessalonians 5, right? So when these things are pushed, we know what's right around the corner, right? 1 Thessalonians 5:1.
It's a spirit.
It says, 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night, right? And these people, the majority of the world is ill prepared for the destruction that's on its way, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's like it says in verse 1, about the time and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. If you have no need that I write unto you, you should be already paying attention to what's going on. I shouldn't already have to tell you if you are already standing upon your watch, man.
Oh yeah. It says verse 3, 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, right? But when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman's child, and they should not escape. So we understand what's happening next, man. Anytime we hear these talks, because we understand the scriptures say that there is no peace to the wicked, man. All right. So all these things that they're pushing are just mere distractions, man.
Yep.
All right. Because eventually Iran is going to be invaded. Okay. The least of the flock should draw them out. America is going to be drawn into nuclear war, man, by Israel.
That's right.
Okay? Which is going to cause all the nations to get involved. Right. So we are definitely at the tip of the iceberg, man.
Right.
That's right.
And that's why, if I can add, that's why what we see Trump is doing is going right along with what these elites want. That's why you think Not a Jew and these different small hats speak so highly of Trump, because he's their pawn. All right. We brought out, time and time again that Trump has completely, sold himself out to these small hats. He's become Israel's, top bottom bitch, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so this showing you that, because what we can you bring up the video when he converted?
Yep.
Because he secretly, been in their clutches since 2017, man.
That's crazy. What to say? Trump deceive, and that means because what does the word devil mean? The Latin goes back to the Latin word diablos, which means deceive.
Yeah, and what happened? They let Trump get in there. All right, the first term. All right, to rile these Americans up. We got to take our country back. America, make America great again, and blah blah blah. And then Biden got in office, so-called destroyed the country, and so Trump had to come back and fix the wrong that Biden supposedly did.
Right.
And just what the definition of what his name means. It means to deceive, to cheat, impose, and that's one of the definitions of what MAGA meant when you looked it back up. When you looked at it at what language was that? Real quick,
I think it was Japanese.
It was in Nigeria. It means sucker, fraud, victim, or easily fooled idiot, and that's these MAGAs.
Yeah, that's the people. Yep. Real quick before we play it, Psalm 10 in verse 7. And it reads, Psalm 10 and 7, it says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud.
Yep.
Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. All right. So this is how they set the people up beautifully, man. Because everybody thought in this second term that Trump was going to be the guy to fully store America back to greatness, that he was going to lower gas prices, he was going to lower inflation, people were going to have better living conditions and all of that, man. None of that shit happened, man.
Nope. Yeah. Like he said, when I get in office, food gonna go down.
Yeah. He's talking about peace, He's talking about peace, but then he just fucking invaded Venezuela, took the president. They bombed Nigeria. All right,
trying to take Greenland.
Yeah, trying to take Greenland. They're getting ready to go into Iran. All
He's-
right, they're trying to hold off Taiwan. You know,
Disrespecting the UN. I think they just left who.
Yep.
You know, they're totally isolating America. So all this talks of making America great, putting America first. Now, he's single-handedly, destroying America, ripping off all their allies to where everybody's done with this place, man. Nobody looks at America as that beacon of light anymore, man.
Yeah. That's why, as we referenced this article from this magazine from 2017, The Economist, it got Trump sitting on the world. You know, he's the guy that's going to bring the destruction. All right, as it shows you. Right, let's play the video.
I got a quick one for you before you play it.
Okay, you got it.
Revelation 6:4. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." Because that's what we're seeing. Because Trump and Nadu are the main culprits that are putting the earth in total turmoil, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because America and Israel are running around the earth putting hell on everybody, man. So there's no peace coming. That thing you just showed that happened at the WEF, that was a facade, man. Why, like you said, why you think Putin wasn't there? All right, they said he wasn't there, and Nadu wasn't there because I think Sweden or one of the countries. They said that if he came, they was going to arrest him, for international law, because he's broken, a ton of international laws, man. So they said if he was a step foot in that meeting, they would have arrested him, man. So he had to duck it. And then Putin said, "I'm not signing that because until you give those Palestinians, what do you say?
Basically citizenship, something like that. Yeah, there.
He's not agreeing with that shit. So it's all a facade, man. These devils are pretty much, bringing hell on earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
and
here we go.
And America is the tool for Israel to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yep. Here we go. Let's pull that up. Here we go.
Donald Trump converted to Judaism 2 years ago, according to White House official. There it is. That's his blog. He said, President Donald Trump converted to Judaism 2 years ago and joined Chabad Lubavitch Synagogue in New York City, according to a high-level White House official. Mr. Goldberg says the story has allegedly been held by CNN's editors for months, but is due to be released within the next few days. David Elias Goldberg, a fellow at the Jewish Center of Anti-Semitic Study, has also interviewed the White House source.
And I want to say this too: how heavy is this, especially right now, with all this tension brewing up against the small hats around the world?
Yep.
How they're being exposed and revealed, and how they pretty much got all of America, under their feet. Politicians, presidents, they're all the small hats bitch.
Yep. And it makes sense that during his campaign run, he was speaking highly and defending them.
Yeah.
Saying that if anybody speaks out against Israel, they should be put to death and all that other shit because he's in their pocket, man.
Oh yeah, I'll pull that up next. Bear with me.
According to the source, Trump was pushed by his daughter Ivanka and son-in-law Jared Kushner to join the faith. At first, Trump resisted, stating it would threaten his base of evangelical Christian voters. However, he had a change of heart and officially converted in early 2017. The ceremony was held in private and closely guarded for nearly 2 years. It appears the White House is prepared to slowly release this information, and by summer, it is expected Trump will fully address his new faith.
And that's what's coming out. All these Americans, these especially these right wingers that believed in MAGA, that believed in Trump, all right, they see that his alliance is with who?
Right?
That's it.
Can I bring this out real quick?
Yeah, you got it.
Real quick, because like the brother said, all these celebrities, all these world leaders, all of them are under the thumb of the tiny tots, which is Amalek, man. This is Numbers chapter 24, verse 20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Because Amalek is because you got to understand, Esau Edom is ruling. And who's the top creme de la creme of Esau Edom? The tribe of Amalek. So he's the head of the dukes of Edom, which is ruling right now. This is why all the nations are under his thumb, man, because this is his blessing right now.
Hey, if I could add to that too, real quick, because another caveat you got to put in there as well is the reason why Amalek is hated so much, because, like you said, he's the top tribe of Esau, but he wasn't given the birthright, because he's a bastard, because he was his mother was a concubine, so he didn't have any access to the birthright, but he stole it. So that's why it's that tension between the other Edomites and Amalek, because they know that in their spirit, you know, because they like I said, he wasn't meant for the birthright, but like I said, he found himself with it and he shitted on the rest of his people.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. Let's go back.
And closely guarded for nearly 2 years. It appears the White House is prepared to slowly release this information, and by summer, it is expected Trump will fully address his new faith in an evening televised news conference. He is clearly the most pro-Israel president in the history of America. He's given Israel every single thing that they've wanted, and he's about to give them war with Iran.
Okay.
And so, has he converted? So, I want to show you one more article.
Can you pause it real quick too? I want to make another point. Because you keep hearing war with Iran. When you look at it from an American standpoint, what justifiable reason does America have, you know, to get into that whole squabble with Iran, man? It's all based upon Israel, which is why that scripture you quoted earlier, I'll grab it real quick. Obadiah 1 and 3. Well, I started 2.
Yep.
Obadiah 1 and 2. It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised." And what's coming out more and more is that everybody is starting to put their eyes on Amalek. And like I said, he's the most hated nation on the whole planet, because we see all the wickedness that's going on in the earth, all the turmoil and you know, different things happening is all because of him, you know. So it says, "The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high. Thou that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?" Because that's what you hear amongst these devils. You see that at the WEF. You saw what Noah Yuval Harari said. You know, as far as, you know, AI is about to become the new God and all this other bullshit. They don't feel like they're going to come out of power, man. And so all the things that all the moves they're making in the earth is to secure that position to where they are going to be able to accomplish that. But the whole point of what we're bringing this out for is to show you that this is all the Most High's plan. So this is why, through the Spirit of the Lord, you have to have the eyes to see all the moving pieces being done. This is like the world is like the Yahweh Shem Shah's big ass chessboard, man. And so he's positioning the pieces, all right, to pretty much, you know, checkmate Esau at the end, you know.
This agenda to, you know, to take out Iran and all of that. Hey, the scriptures talk about who can resist the will of the Lord, man.
That's it.
So the even the focus being on Iran contributes to prophecy, man. Because what? Just Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore, oh, you got to go ahead.
Yeah, I got it. It says, "Therefore," Jeremiah 50 and 45, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he hath taken against Babylon and his purposes, that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them."
There you go. Surely the least of the flock should draw them out. So Israel is drawing America into the war, man. This is all part. This is ultimately all part of the Lord's plan. Okay. So like I said, the focus is Iran, but that's really prophecy.
Right.
You know?
Right. Because when you look at all the skirmishes that America has been involved with, it was really, the elites positioned America to be in those, because America had nothing to do with World War I, World War II. But at the end of the day, the elites had to happen, because America is really the sword for Israel, man. Because according to the three unclean spirits, was one in America, the military or whatever.
Yeah, the military, the banks, and the It's been a minute since I went through it. Yeah, the religion.
The Catholic Church is the religion. America is the military, and Great
London
Britain
is the
military.
bank.
Yep. There you go.
Let me see if I can.
This is the Times of Israel.
Yeah, the Times of Israel. This was published March 22nd, 2019. This is the Times of Israel. Trump, the first Jewish president of the United States.
Now, that's not us saying that. That's Times of Israel. Times of what nation? Israel.
So the people in Israel, that's an English-speaking newspaper in Israel, and that's what they read, that Donald Trump is the first Jewish president of the United States.
And how did they qualify that, Rick?
They gave a list of things that he did for Israel.
First one, of course, moving the embassy to Jerusalem.
That's right.
That was a big deal.
Then recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. He's the first sitting U.S. president to visit the Western Wall. They gave him credit for defeating ISIS. They gave him credit for rebuking the United Nations for when the UN criticized Israel. They credit him with closing the Palestinian office in Washington, D.C. And they said these things, what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 things qualify Donald Trump to be named the first Jewish president of the United States.
And that's what the Times of Israel said.
Again, that was not David Duke's newsletter.
Yep. Right.
It's a Jewish-owned newspaper.
And then got it. They said 6. That was put there for a reason. But well, also too, to add to that, what we've seen recently, the aid that he's given to Ukraine, the aid that he gave to Argentina, the different things that we've seen him do within the last year or so have all been pro-Israel. So this just further cements what we said about how Trump is fully integrated in Amalek's plan. We sat down and put that picture on the screen. Because remember, when that so-called assassination attempt, that was a ritual, and this was a small hat or a tiny top that exposed that. Like you see, it reads, President Trump's right ear was grazed in a symbolic gesture of Exodus 21:6, where the Torah states that a servant that wants to remain with his master needs to have his right ear pierced, which is going into that But that was a ritual of Trump, pleading his alliance to Israel.
Yeah,
and it makes sense of why Elon Musk he pretty much financed Trump's whole presidential campaign. And his whole cabinet is surrounded by tiny tots, man.
That's right. So even with ICE, that's a IDF, Israeli intelligence task force, Homeland Security, all that shit. All those been exposed, man.
Yeah, real fast. I got a quick precept for you.
I got one behind you.
This is Proverbs 8:12. It says, "I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions." Right. So as the point of me bringing that out is that all of the Esau's spells and rituals, witchcraft, the symbolism is all being exposed through the Spirit, man.
Yep.
You got to have the Spirit of the Lord to decipher, if you will, all the symbolism and all the shit that these devils do.
Yep. I got one behind you. This is Luke 8:17. It says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
You know? So
Con.
this is just showing you that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is revealing these things through the Spirit. If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, all right,
Con.
because you got the good majority of the people questioning why Trump is moving like how he's moving, but we understand why, because he is fully being used by the small hats, man.
Con.
Because like I said, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is using Trump and not a Jew as major pieces to push forth prophecy, man.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Con. I got one more behind you, priest, because you said it. This is Joel chapter 20, verse 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. And that's backing up what you brothers just said, man. The internet should, like I said, that they should have never made the internet. Because it's revealing all his wickedness, all his rituals, all his stuff that he's doing, and everybody's face. He's been exposed, man, at an all-time high. And everybody's doing what? Rising against the tiny tots, man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All of it, it's all coming out, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's all coming out. Let's finish the video real fast. All right. He can't hide no more. Scripture say he can't hide himself.
Mm-hmm.
They're proclaiming Donald Trump to be the first Jewish president of the United States. So now when you look at this David Elias Goldberg saying that a White House insider told him that President Trump converted to Judaism 2 years ago.
Suddenly it doesn't sound so crazy, does
Now
it?
it's not too crazy. And that CNN knows about it, and CNN is sitting on the story and will be releasing it at some point.
It was history's darkest hour. Millions of innocent, wonderful, and beautiful lives, men, women, and children, were extinguished as part of a systematic attempt to eliminate the Jewish people. It was the most savage crime against God and his children.
And I want to say that too. Everybody knows what time it is once you put that damn hat on.
Yeah, you out of there.
Yeah, it's over. You out of there.
Once you put the tiny top on, you
are compromised.
What would Dave Chappelle say? What Dave Chappelle say? Hey, if I say go pro Israel,
he said if I stand for Israel, that's the code to let you know that they got me.
Exactly. God damn, boy.
For real. You out of there.
So yeah, just showing, we going to that point. Let's get
we were so deeply moved.
Isaiah 45:7. Because like I said, this is all Yahweh Shem Yahushua at work right now, man.
Yeah, just showing through the parallels.
That's it. I'm gonna finish it out real quick. Hold on.
Con.
Yep, a few more seconds.
To see that picture of you touching the stones of the wall. And may I say, we were deeply moved to see First Lady Melania Trump touching the stone on that wall, and equally moved when we saw your daughter Ivanka and your son-in-law Jared do the same.
Okay, so let's just, what if it's true? What if it's true? What does that say to you, Doc?
That says to me there's been such a major shift in values in America. It's no longer Judeo-Christian values anymore. It's Judeo values now.
Yes.
Woo, see? And that's what's causing that great divide in Babylon right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All these Edomites that were with MAGA and with pro-Trump, now they see, look, they got deceived,
Yep.
Man.
You have been deceived.
That's it, man. It's beautiful times, man. Beautiful times. What you got?
You said Isaiah 47:7?
45:7.
45:7.
It's going down, y'all.
This is Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light, I create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Right. So like we brought out in Daniel 4:17, understand that this is the Lord that's in control of all this, man. You can also hold that Proverbs 21:1 as well, because what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing is putting the pieces together so that World War III, the Mark of the Beast, and the last few major prophecies that we're waiting on is coming to pass. And so what Trump is doing with these tariffs is crippling the economy. All right, so that they have a reason to crash this dollar. All right, and Apostle Tahar was going into yesterday as far as showing this shit is done because the price of gold, all right, price of silver is at prices that is never reached before. It shows you that the dollar is pretty much finished. And like we showed in the beginning of the video, Trump is so fascinated with this whole tariff, where the tariffs is really impacting America more than the people he's putting it on. That's not being done for no reason, man.
Yep.
Yeah, because you will own nothing and be happy.
Yeah, because the elites have been done with America for a while, but they have to have a justifiable reason to collapse this thing, which is why you're seeing him stir up all this turmoil over here in America, dividing everybody against each other so they can bring World War III. I'm not World War III. Martial law in, man.
Yep.
Kind of. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21. It's like it, bro. Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever so he will."
Right, and just like how the Lord did with Pharaoh, back whenever the Most High sent, Moses to go, preach unto Pharaoh. What did he tell Moses? He said, "I'm gonna harden Pharaoh's heart, all right, to make him not hearken unto you, so I can bring these plagues upon him." Well, that's what the Lord is doing to Trump, to not a Jew, to all these damn Edomites, man. Because prophecy must come to pass, and this is what our job is as being the prophets, is to come out here and break these things down, like it says in Habakkuk 2, make it plain upon tables so that the righteous may run that readeth. All right, so you can understand why these things are being done on the earth, man. All right, we're not upset about seeing the economy go to shit. We're not upset with these people, bugging out, fighting against each other and all this shit, because these things were warned to happen. Yahushua gave us the clues, man. So we want these things to happen because that's one step closer to our deliverance.
That's right. God. Hey, you quoted. I'm gonna grab it real quick and now pass it to a brother. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 17. "For the scriptures said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose, I have raised thee up," lining up with what we brought out, Daniel's 4 and 17. And it says, "that I might show my power in thee, that my name might be declared throughout all the earth."
That's right,
Because
bro.
like the brother priest said, this is the will of the Lord. This is the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah, man. Man's goings are the ways of the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? This is the will of the Lord. So what Trump is doing, since we showed earlier videos going back to the 80s, he's been set up in his position to usher in the last days, man, which is what? Martial law, the beast system, and all be all World War III. This is his lot, man. He was ordained for this since birth, man. Even just like when you get, was that Jeremiah 5 and 1? Is this that I ordained thee from the womb? 1 and 5. That same thing with Trump. This is his lot here in the latter days. Him and Benjamin, whatever. That they was ordained for these positions to usher in World War III, the mark of the beast system, and all this global tension and what you see, man.
Yep. I got two real quick just to add on to that. You just read Romans 9 and 17, right? Yeah, I got two precepts for that. This is the first one, 2 Ezra 1 and 10. It says many kings have I destroyed for their sakes. Pharaoh with his servants and all his power have I smitten down. All right. And the Most High is getting ready to do it again. All right. This is Sirach 16 and 15. It says, "The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world." All right. So once this man is taken down, the works of the Most High is going to be known to the world. It's going to be known that the power of the Hebrews did that. Of the Israelites,
Because one thing that you notice with Trump, he was put up as the great white hope. He is this great, Christian, evangelist type nigga, right? But you don't hear him speak about the Most High. You don't hear him speak about the Bible, not like that, because he's a devil. And these these small hats, they don't speak about the Most High. When we saw that video with that rabbi speaking to not a Jew, he was telling him to speed these things up because we want to bring the Messiah back. but they don't want the Messiah like how we want him. You know, they want to fight against him. Like it says, Michael, his angels shall war against the dragon and their angels.
Yep.
You know, paraphrasing. Because they, in their mind, they want to take the Most High's presence out the earth as they rewrite this world in their image. You know, that's what this whole thing is about. This is why you hearing the talks of Chip and everybody. You're hearing AI that's about to be the governing force, which the AI literally is their God. That's their brainchild that they have, that they've groomed up. You know, because as we brought out, this is the small hat's invention. Okay, when it was asked of AI to make itself what it would look like if it was a human. Remember that picture? It designed itself as a tiny top person, man.
Exactly.
So the mindset of how they're going to program this damn AI, it shows you that this is their brainchild, man. This is their God that they're trying to implement on the earth. So when they're talking about policing the earth and everybody being governed by that, it's to fuel this digital prison that they're implementing, man. Which January 19th was the beginning of them going forward with that, man.
Yeah.
You know,
a false god or idol that's modeled after his mind.
That's it.
You
I
know?
got a precept for you. This is the prayer of Azariah, chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, "And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of God, and to an unjust king and the most wicked in all the world."
Yep. Edomites, man. All right. The unjust king, the most wicked in all the world. That's the Edomites, man. The scripture said, King David said, "Deliver me from the unjust." Let me get that. I'm gonna add real fast. Psalms, I think it's Psalms 43. Bear with me 1 second. All right, this is the book of Psalm, chapter 43, in verse 1. It says, "Judge me, O power, and plead my cause against an ungodly nation. Oh, deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man." All right, it's the Edomite, man. All right, and the Lord is going to deliver us, as it tells us in Psalm 97. Right, let me get that too. Psalm 97 in verse 10, which reads, "Ye that love the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked." Right? So deliverance is coming, man. No matter what they do, they're at the Davos meetings talking proud, like you said. You had made mention about Yuval Noah Harari saying that AI was going to basically replace religion, and there's Elon Musk. What do you say? There's what do you say? There's benefit in death.
Benefit to death, yeah.
Yeah, just a bunch of madness, man. These people have to be removed from the earth, man.
Yeah, their presence gotta go.
They gotta go, man. But see, we're like we always talk about. We're at the buildup of that, man. As the supervillain thinks that he has the world in his hands and he's going to conquer and initiate his plans. Then it comes the superhero, man. Yeah, how about you?
Yeah, because here it is. It's like you said, you got the hero, tied up, and the villain is pretty much revealing his plan. But what he don't realize is that we got a savior that's gonna come and deliver us, man. That's the thing, because you got a lot of Jake that get mad at us for bringing these things out. Like, why y'all keep talking about this, man? Not all white people are bad and all this bullshit, but these things are meant to happen. Okay, Esau is going to continue to get worse. We're going to continue to see more demonic, wicked shit. All right, this devil going to continue to push forth this agenda, trying to make people, forget about the Lord. But all these things are being done because, like I said, the Second Thessalonians 2 and where we at? Verse 7. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way." Because, hey, this is Rome all over again, man. All right, this is the same thing that they wanted to do back then, but they didn't have the technology like they do now, man. And Yuval Harari said that too. That they feel like this is the time because they have what the past dictators and old didn't have. All right, they have surpassed Nimrod. They have surpassed Alexander the Great. All the different guys that tried to do this before. Because now that they have AI, they feel like this is their time. They're ready now, man. And the Most High is allowing it because, as I said, only he who now letteth, will let until he be taken out of the way. So it's still a measure that Esau has to get to before the Most High makes his move. And to prove that, could you get Genesis 15 and 16 and reading the King James and the NLT, Baba Gushan?
Can I get a quick precept too, real fast?
You got it.
Just add on to what you said, because like you said, these Edomites really think in their mind that they got it. You know, they actually think that they're going to win. They're going to defeat the Most High, as they're talking about, you know, the Lord, the Most High is fake news. We surpass power over the Most High. All of this shit that they're saying in pride, right? This is Job 5:12. It says that he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, right? Now check this out in the NLT. Job 5:12 NLT, it says, he frustrates the plans of schemers so the work of their hands will not succeed. See that? So no matter, see, the Most High is bad, man. He really got the devils puffed up with pride to think that they're going to achieve this pseudo kingdom, man, and they're going to have the whole world enslaved in this digital prison. It's not going to happen that way, man.
Right. And to add to you, to show you that scripture's on point, because the apostles always bring out these devils are way behind schedule. They were been supposed to have this whole New World Order thing, you know, brought in, but like you just brought out, the Lord is frustrating the devices of the crafty, man.
That's
all right. They're being met with resistance, you know, all the way. And it's going to continue to be like that. Even though they're going to chip a good majority of the world, they're still going to have pushback. All right. They still got to fight against, you know, the prophets, the angels, and ultimately the Lord themselves. So they're trying to get to this point, but the Most High is putting stumbling blocks in their path to get there. But like I said, things are still being allowed to be done, because they have to fulfill that measure that the Lord has allotted for them to get to before he takes them out.
There you go.
That's right. Now, what you call for again, priest? Genesis what?
15 and 16.
15 and 16. Kind. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 15 and verse 16 in the NLT. And it says, after 4 generations, your descendants will return here to this land, for sins of the Amorites do not yet warrant their destruction.
Right. So going back into the history, as we were going into the promised land, all right, we had to wait for the Most High to allow the Amorites to pretty much, you know, fulfill their wickedness before the Lord gave us the power to take them down. So we're in that same position with the Edomites today. All right. Esau has a measure that he has to fulfill, like it says in with that Job 14 and 5. He gave them bounds that they can't pass. So they have to get to that certain point before the Lord is like, all right, it's time now. Your house shall go get them, you know? And we're nearing that point, but it's still certain things that have to be put in place before we get there, man.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right.
I was thinking about the one in 2 Ezra 4 too. About
the measure be fulfilled.
Yeah, that's a good one. Bring that real quick too.
Is that 2 Ezra 4:37?
Yep. Read before you go to the point. Read verses 27. Read 25 to 20. Read 25 through 30, and then jump down to 36 and 37.
This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 25. It says, what will he then do unto his name whereby we are called? Or these things have I asked? Then answered me, he said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasten fast to pass away.
The world, hey, look at the earth, man. The world hasten fast to pass away. Look at all this shit that's happening, man. Go ahead.
That's right. It says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and what is that? Infirmities.
Hey, this world that we live in today is full of unrighteousness and infirmities, man. All right. Plagues, pestilence, war, deceit, crime, violence. All right, everything, man.
Yeah. What is that? What does that line up with? Habakkuk 1 and 4 said the law is slack.
Yep.
Verse 28. It says, it's 2 Ezra chapter 4, verse 28. It says, but as concerning these things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
Yeah, just adding on to what Priest was saying. The evil is sown. We clearly see that. The earth is in turmoil. All right. When the earth is ruled by the wicked, the people mourn. So the earth is clearly in a chaotic state, right? But it says the evil is sown, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. All right, because there's still more things that have to happen first. Let's read on.
That's right. It says, if therefore thou which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where is evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good?
Exactly. So there's a process that the Lord has in prophecy, all right, that have to come forth first in order for the end to be established, right?
That's right.
We're in that transition of things now. Keep going out.
That's right. Sirach, the 10th chapter. It
Yep.
says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness have it brought up unto this time.
Yeah, look what happened when Adam and Eve, basically obtained the knowledge of wickedness. Right? Look what happened from that point on forward now on the earth.
Yeah, we're still suffering now.
I was about to say, because when you look, because that was really the first sign of rebellion. And then as our people, drifted further and further away from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, all right, the Lord allowed that wickedness to continue in the earth, so much so to where when the children of the wicked, which were the Edomites, got into power, going all the way back to Alexander the Great, when he came into power and he took over the world at that point, and his 4 generals ended up taking over after he died, it said what? Wickedness increased in the earth, man.
Yeah,
so we're suffering. Yeah, evil's multiplied. So we are suffering all the way back from then, because that's what spawned really all this that we're seeing take place, man. So we're fighting to get back to that righteous state that we would have before we fell.
That's right. It says, and how much shall it yet bring forth time? It says, and how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come?
Yeah, the time of threshing, the total destruction. Jump down to 36.
Kind. 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 36.
And until these 35. Start at 35. Slovakia.
Kind. 35. It says, do not the souls also of the righteous ask questions of these things in their chambers, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion when cometh the fruit of the floor of with reward reward?
So the souls of the righteous, right, always inquired when the end was going to come, when the kingdom of heaven was going to be established. Going back to Acts, right? Remember at that time they thought that the kingdom of heaven was going to come at that time, right? But certain things still needed to come to pass, So that's always been the mindset of the prophets of inquiring when the end would come, when the kingdom of heaven would be established. Keep going.
And it said, and until these things, Uriel always misses
Uriel.
Uriel, the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seas is filled in you.
Yeah, so the prophets, all right, Israel would have to keep coming back. The prophets would have to keep coming back. He said, that's why he said, they said, when the number of seeds is filled in you, all right, you would keep coming back over and over until the time of the end. Keep going.
Con, can I grab this real quick before you cap?
Yep.
Con, this is dang. No, I come back to it. Lost it. But it said 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse in the latter, and it says, even when the number of the seeds is filled in you, for he have weighed the world in the balance.
Yep, keep going.
Verse 37 is a point. It says, by measure he hath measured the times, and by number he have numbered the times, and he doeth not move or stir them until the said measure is fulfilled.
Yeah, to the said measure be fulfilled, man. So all empires had their allotted time to rule and fall, man. All right, you think about the prime example, the 4 beasts.
Persian, the Medes,
and the 7th chapter, right? Yep. You had the 4 beasts, those 4 empires that ruled. They had their time of their peak, and they had their time of fall, right? Now we're in the time of the little horn, all right, which is America, all right. So now we're in the time of that, and now that's getting ready to fall, man. So all kingdoms had their appointed rule and their appointed destruction, man. And America's no different. All right.
Can I get two quick ones?
Yep.
Because once again, I just want to keep reiterating the point that this is the Most High that's allowing these things to happen. Because, like I said, this is his movie. This is his spirit that is in the earth being played out on the left and the right side, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because as you may mention earlier, Tazama, everybody is coming back in their lots. All right.
Ooh,
all right. These elites, they know this as well because they know about reincarnation. They have been planning. This is why we always go into 1776. All right, which was America's birth, which I believe.
Yeah, establishment.
You know, so they knew that they had to bring this country to the position that we see it now, so that they can eventually, use this as a means to fully bring in this new world order. So now that America, all right, it served its purpose. This is why we're seeing it being broken down now, man. All right.
Can I get this for you real quick, priest? Because you
ahead,
said it. Daniel chapter 12, verse 13. But thou will go thy way until the end be, and thou shalt rest and stand in our lot at the end of days.
Yeah, everybody's in their lot. We're in our lot as the prophets, Lord willing, we're of the elect, as well as the elites and the different, ranking members of Esau. They're all serving out their purposes, man. The generals and different guys like that, So proving that point of this is the Lord, all right. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave. He bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. So the Lord is the one that elevates and takes people out of power. Okay. And to further expound that point, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 10. And I'm going to jump down to verse 14. It says, the Lord has cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead, because as you may mention, Ashar, that statue dealing with the four major kingdoms, all right, Yahweh Shem Yahushua casted those different nations down, all right, and ultimately it's all to set up the meek, which are the Israelites, to sit in the throne at the end, man. So we had to go through these things because of our wickedness and disobedience. So because we sinned, this is why we went into slavery under the Assyrians, all right, the Babylonians, the Medes, all of the heathen nations that we got took over by. That was, a learning lesson for us, for our rebellion. So we're at a point now to where Yahweh Shah is about to be sent back to put the meek in his place, which is, the eternal, the throne of Israel. All right, verse 15. The Lord have plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. And that's what's happening now. Okay. Hey, the wicked, as the scripture saying, what's that Psalms, how he spread himself as a green bay tree.
Psalm 37.
The Lord is beginning to pluck up those roots, because as he's established himself around the whole world, we're starting to see those roots slowly being plucked up out the earth, man. All right. And it says, and he planted the lowly in the place, because now look what you're seeing through the spirit of you see all the members of the elect waking up all throughout the four corners of the earth as we are uprooting this devil and his lies out the earth. Okay. And we're waiting for the ultimate, uprooting, which is going to be when Yahushua returns and take this man off the throne. Verse 16, the Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. He took some of them away and destroyed them, and have made their memorial to cease from the earth. And this is why we're about to see Esau suffer the worst judgment of all the heathen that's ever ruled in the earth, because he is a proud man. All right. His pride has reached to a point to where he's literally declaring that he has surpassed the Most High. And we saw what happened with Nebuchadnezzar when he was popping that shit. The Lord had that nigga in the field like an animal eating grass, man. Had his fucking hair grow out like it was fur. His nails was growing like they was claws, man. Had that man thinking he was a whole beast because of his pride. So how much more Esau? He was even prouder than that, man.
Hey, but gradually the Lord done Esau like that already a little bit. When you go on the time of the Byzantine Empire, after the fall of Rome for that 1,000 years, so now he's going right back into that state.
Yeah, he's even prouder.
Yeah, he's even worse.
Because when you go into that was after the Greek and Roman Empire, and so Esau had got humbled for that period of time, and then like I said in Revelation the 20th chapter, how they were pretty much let loose to go and deceive the earth again, because that was going back into the Renaissance, leading into the Age of Enlightenment. All right, and now we're in the Age of Enlightenment 2.0. All right, because when you go into what that was, it was them pretty much beginning to use science to usurp religion. Well, that's what we're seeing now as far as with AI. AI is now being put forth as a god, because one thing that you all know, he already said, he said that AI will take over all religious texts. So AI will pretty much control the way that people think, and we're starting to see that already, because the way these idiots are out here using AI, as we see, you got AI pastors, AI lawyers, doctors, and everything. These people already reverence AI like it's a god already. So when they fully enact it, these people gonna go right with it. And this is why Yahweh Shemel Shai got to take this man's president out the earth, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're in the time where the prophecies are moving fast.
Yep.
All right, I was trying to find that the picture I had with all the different captivities. I cannot find it for nothing, man. But just
you talking about the list?
Yeah, the list where it has like all the different captivities,
Kind
all the way
I think
down
I
to
see that.
the American Empire, right? Just to show the people, man, where we at in prophecy.
Yep,
all right?
yep. I got you.
Yep. If you can pull it on your screen, I couldn't find. I had it, and then my computer made it disappear for some reason. It was weird.
I'm on my iPad, but I can send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me, and I'll because it has it all the way down from the Egyptians, Babylonians, so on and so forth. All right.
Send it now.
Yeah. I just had it. I don't know why it disappeared on me. Just wanted to make that example. Yep. Here we go. The Wadak.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it in the screen real quick.
And if I could add a quick caveat while you're pulling it up, which is showing you why all nations are going to go into captivity, because according to 2 Maccabees 2:10, it says what
That's the spirit I was looking for.
You had it? Go ahead and pull it up then. You know,
God, yeah, that's the spirit. This second, give me 1 second. 2 Maccabees chapter
2:10.
2 and 10. It says, "What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?"
See?
Yeah, that brothers brought it out right there, man.
All nations, man.
All nations.
Right, and then you gotta go into the history as well, because you'll be like, well, this is just what's shown. Well, you gotta go into the different Hamitic nations outside of Egypt. All right, Japhet. All the heathen has had a part in our captivity. Moab, Ammon.
Goddamn, all of them.
All of them.
They all profit off the backs of the Israelites, even to this day. This is why it's funny how these Edomites are pro-Trump, not knowing that Esau, Edom, the Amalek is gradually collapsing your society, taking away your workers, man.
Yep.
Taking away Issachar and the tribes and trying to get them up out of here. That's collapsing your society.
Yeah,
that's how stupid y'all are, man.
Elon Musk said that. He said that at the meeting on Monday. He was like, because they was asking him as far as the impact of what these robots are going to have on mankind, and he was saying like, look, if robots are going to take over all jobs of humans, then what purpose are we going to have? And he said it like pretty much so many words. He's like, people going to just have to die, man. Everybody's going to have a robot, but it's going to be to a point where people are going to be useless, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, that's a better one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, send that in the chat.
Yeah, send that back. That's the old one. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't had that in a minute.
Yeah, because this one got Moab and Ammon on here. Because some of them don't have Moab and Ammon.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you the scripture, so you can't say we're making shit up.
Yeah, but when you read Psalm 83, it lists the nations that had their hand in the destruction of Israel. That the name of Israel may be known of remembrance in the earth.
Now, while you getting that, I got a quick one. This is Zechariah 1:15. It says, "And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction." Because like Tazma just said, all these heathen have had a part in our captivity, and the proof of that is look at the UN meetings, look at the WEF meetings. All these nations have seats in there, but who? The Israelites, man. So that's showing you that conspiracy is showing what we're saying is true.
Yeah, I actually went to a lesson a few weeks ago going into how slavery was a world business by the heathen nations. All right, and then I went into the chat GPT, and it breaks it all down, man. All these nations had their hands in the spoil of Jake, man. We're talking about over 200 million, all right, slaves, and our people dying off the off those slave ships and whatnot, man, and just being scattered around the world, man. All right, so this is not something that we're making up. This is part of history. This is part of what you call world history and biblical history, man.
Yep.
Right, these nations are going to pay.
Sorry, This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 1. "Keep now thy silence, O power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they have taken," it said, "and they have hated thee, have lifted up the head.
Keep going.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Yeah, the hidden ones, man. We are the hidden
Mhm.
ones. What did the nations do? They hid our identity.
Yep.
Right. And we always bring out that excerpt from the Willie Lynch letter.
Yep.
All right. On how
Mhm.
the slave masters broke it down about how the slave's mind has the ability to recorrect itself. All right. Eventually the slave masters knew that Jake would eventually come back to the remembrance of who he is. All right. And this is why they gave us plantation Christianity. This is why they beat our heritage out of us. All right. They took our culture from us because eventually they knew in time that we would come back to the search of our fathers, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right.
I'm agreeing.
It also, if I
No,
can
you
add
gotta
to
preach.
it, I should say real quick, because another thing that was stated in that Willie Lynch letter was that in order to truly captivate the mind of the slave, that you have to shave off all aspects of that slave's history, which is why they totally disconnected us from any remembrance of who we are as being an Israelite. That's why you have today, that those terms cognitive dissonance and Stockholm syndrome, because of the horrific things they did to our people that did remember ourselves. Like you have the Nat Turners, you have the public butt breaking what we see today of these different celebrities that try to speak out and claim that they're Israelites, and you see how they get done. So it's a systematic thing that these devils have done to try to make it to where you better not say that you're an Israelite, man, because that's a threat to their new world order.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk about
Con. Real quick, this is Jeremiah chapter 17, 3 and 4. It says, "So I will hand over my holy mountain along with all your wealth and treasures and your pagan shrines and plunder to your enemies, for sins runs plummet in your land." And this was all the will of the Lord, man. Because you see, this is all because our disobedience right here, all the captivities. Why? Because we disobeyed our power. And it says, jumping back to the KJV, Jeremiah 17 and 4, it says, "And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thy heritage, and I will cause thee, what I have gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever." And this is why, like the brother said, you don't see any Israelites over at the UN meeting. Because why? Because the Lord have put us low. He have brought us low. We are subjects here in Babylon the Great and in various parts around the world, man. Because of our disobedience, this is why the heathen are ruling right now, man.
That's right, bro.
And jumping back, Psalms 83 and verse 3, it says, "Thou have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones." And it says, "They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance."
There you go. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. I want to just read this real quick because we always quote it, but I got it pulled up here in the screen. Can y'all see it? So this is from the Willie Lynch letter. All right. But the point that we always read right here. So this is what they were telling the slave masters, right? So it says here, "Our experts warned us about the possibility of this phenomena occurring. For they say that the mind has a strong drive to correct and recorrect itself over a period of time. If I can touch some substantial origin historical base, and they advised us the best way to deal with the phenomenon is to shave off the brute's mental history."
Man,
you see?
And that's crazy. Have y'all done seen movies when people be like trying to think they have dreams or something, just be like flashes or something don't be right. They be like, "What the fuck?" Like, and you know what I'm saying? It be like in certain movies, they be like, "Damn, like, what the fuck?" And they know something ain't right, and then like the end of the movie stuff starting adding up. That's what they talking about.
A good example of that is that movie Black Box on I think it's on Apple TV. But it's the Jake, the nigga had his brain, like certain parts of his memory were locked, and the movie is like his brain's trying to unlock those memories. So he's fighting pretty much the little demon in his head that's keeping him from remembering. And then, like you said, at the end of the movie, he finally, beats the demon, and then he gets his brain unlocked. He sees what happened to him. But that's essentially what happened to our people as a whole, man.
Hey, that because the Lord said, "I will bring you back to remembrance."
Oh yeah. Remember the what was it called? The tree of forgetfulness, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. When they get off the
Hamites.
Hamites. Yep.
That's
The
the
seasoning and
origin of,
shit.
yeah, the origin of the cha-cha slide. Go back to that bullshit.
That's crazy.
That's fucking weird.
That's why our people love doing that stupid ass dance. They don't even realize that's a mockery of why you don't know who you are.
God damn.
God damn.
It says, I'll finish it off. Again, it says
crazy.
It says that the mind has a strong drive to correct and recorrect itself over a period of time. If I can touch the substantial and original historical base, they advise us that the best way to deal with the phenomenon is to shave off the brute's mental history. This is why they beat the shit out of us, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they set us on fire. They lynched us. All right, they did everything in their power for us to not be able to tap back into our original roots. All right, our language, who we are, all of that. Right. It says, and create a multiplicity of phenomenon of illusions, so that each illusion will twirl in its own orbit, something similar to floating balls in a vacuum. Yeah, this is why Jake is confused. He's tied up in Islam. He's in plantation Christianity. He's an atheist. He's a black Egyptologist
Buddhist and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jake is all over the fucking place, and this is all about the design of the devil.
Yeah, because those all those paths of thinking that you all just named, those are, like I said, the vacuum that keep Jake lost in those in those ways of thinking.
Yep.
And they'll argue you down, thinking that that's the truth, not realizing that was created just so that you can stay lost, man.
Yeah.
Because see, you add in that plus Esau claiming our heritage as his own. Because these elites, these small hats know who they are. All right, we brought out before. I don't know if you still have that the article on hand. The illuminated master plan of the Rothschilds, what however.
Yeah, I got that. Yep.
Because they'll tell you in that was an interview or whatever. They tell you that they know that they're the house of Edom, but they'll tell everybody else they're the house of Jacob. So how can you be from two different people?
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Even the book. What is it? Who is Esau?
Yep, that's another one.
That's a good book.
The 13th
Remember, it used to be
tribe.
like $7. Now that book is worth a lot of money, and now you can't even really find it
now.
Yeah,
exactly. Did you want me to pull that up, or you just
you can put it on the screen real quick? Yeah, you can.
All right, I'm gonna make a point on this real quick because we did plenty of lessons on this, right? History.com. Why Bibles given to slaves omitted most of the Old Testament. The so-called slave Bible told of Joseph's enslavement, but left out parts where Moses led the Israelites to freedom. All right, and why did they do that? All right, because them slave owners, especially in the Caribbean, when you're going through this article here, they were scared, man. They knew that they always feared that eventually Israel will wake back up. All right.
Yeah, and another reason they did that too is to erase all remnants of hope. Because if you have even a small glimmer of hope, that's like that's pretty much you having like the faith of a mustard seed, man. Because faith and hope are synonymous ultimately.
Yeah.
And so like it says here in Proverbs 13 and 12, it says hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when desire cometh, it is a tree of life. Okay, so Esau had to do this to take all remnants of hope out of our people, to where we're just a hopeless people that just were given the scraps. That's why they'll tell you so-called blacks don't come from nothing but slaves. You have no history prior to slavery, man. And they took out all the Exodus scriptures, the freedom scriptures, to show you that there's no way out of Esau's hand, man. And that's why our people just lay down, man. They don't question nothing Esau says, because ultimately they don't look at themselves as nothing more than a slave, man.
That's right. I found that article too. Here it is. Let me just read straight to the point. All right, where is it at? I think it was in the fourth paragraph.
Hit Command F and just type in tribe of Edom and it should pop up.
All right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Right there. Hey, the water, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the point. So this is from that the master plan of the illuminated Rothschilds, Ron Patton interviews Marion Knox, right? The point right here, it says, let me give you some background information. On one level, the Rothschilds secretly called themselves the House of David from the tribe of Judah. Now, Rothschild, translated from German to English, means red shield. During biblical times, the Edomites' fortress was the Red Rocks of Petra. Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, was described as red and hairy. So this information fits perfectly with the survivors have been telling me that on a deeper level, the Rothschilds are also claiming to be descendants of Esau, right? The Rothschilds are also claiming to be descendants of Esau, and thus are really the house or tribe of Esau.
Yep.
Yes. Did you send that in the chat?
I sent it too.
They said it's an oldie. Throw out a possible bar for that.
Yeah.
Odie put a goodie.
Yep. He be coming with them hits. It says what they are trying to do is to get the birthright back from the house of Jacob.
Yep.
Who are the real Jews. That's what this is all about.
That's it.
However,
that's,
the book.
I would say that's why everything that we're seeing those tiny tops do over there, all right, the red heifer thing and all that, they want to establish a pseudo birthright. So this New World Order is nothing more than a technological birthright they're trying to bring in to usurp what the Most High, all right, promised to us, the tribe of the tribes of Israel.
There you go. I'll finish it out for you. What they're trying to do is to get the birthright back from the house of Jacob, who are the real Jews. However, the book of Obadiah talks about the destruction of the Edomites in the last days. Ooh, man. So who's ruling the earth, man? All right, niggas. Hey. For some reason, niggas can't see it. Oh, Esau is the white man. He's not ruling the world, you know?
Yeah. Niggas always got to run around in this shit.
Yeah.
Damn, fucking damn,
say it.
There you go.
Leave Jaffet alone, man. Damn. Yeah, Jaffet don't mind his damn business, man.
Them niggas is chilling. Hey, they on the island chilling, man.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
And shit. They
He ain't got no missiles, man. That nigga barely got sandals.
You know. Let me see. Is there anything else to read there? It says so. This leads us to another interesting point in Revelation 3:9. It says, "Behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, who say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come up and worship before thy feet." Then I asked the question, who is the synagogue of Satan? The only logical conclusion I could come up with is the Illuminati Rothschilds.
Yeah, which we know that's speaking on the wicked Jews at the time, but it's twofold. You can apply that onto them today, because as it says in Psalms 50 and 16, they took the Bible into themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
Can you read that next paragraph too?
Yep. It says, right, I had to make it bigger. All right. It says, okay, now let's look at some things. Mayor Amschel Rothschild had 5 sons. In order to keep the wealth in the family, there was a lot of inbreeding, like what the European royal families did. One of their hobbies. Go ahead,
Edomite shit.
Yeah, I was about to say that the inbreeding shit, because they understand the reincarnation.
Yep.
That's why you don't see them Rothschilds intermarrying with other nations or anything like that. They'll keep when they have that saying, keep it in the family. They do that shit for real.
Oh yeah, for real. Yep. It says one of their hobbies was horse racing, and they were known to be horse breeders as well. I think this may have given them additional insight into purifying their bloodline.
And if I can add, that makes sense on why when you read the Willie Lynch letter, all right, he pretty much was convincing the slave masters to look at the Israelites as horses. So that makes sense why I said that.
Mm-hmm. It says normally you would think that random inbreeding would bring degeneration to the genetic pool, but they had the mindset to eliminate the weak ones' offspring and save the ones who were strong and healthy. So this is part of their master plan to improve the genetics in order to have a superior bloodline.
Right, and this really goes into the eugenics, because it's going into merging man with machine. That's why these technocrats are pretty much they're the brainchilds of what we see now, because the Zuckerbergs, Elon Musk, Bezos, That's why Sam Altman, you look at them niggas is off like that. You look at them, they weird and shit because that's the inbreeding.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
those
fucking retards.
those small hats are retarded, man.
Really, literally. You seen them driving?
Oh yeah. Yeah, brothers ain't seen that video, bro.
Hey, it's a wrap, brother. It's a wrap.
You gotta watch this shit.
I
That
got
shit
some
was
real
like
quick.
retarded people driving, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, they worse than Moab, bro.
The van and the bus, he been running into people.
Yo,
He had like
wreck.
2 people.
2 minutes later, another wreck. It was like, God, come on, man.
Right. I got something real quick. This is Jeremiah 49:10. Quoted it earlier. Jeremiah 49:10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I uncovered his secret places." Right. And so this is what we're reading in this master plan of the Illuminated Rothschilds. This totally exposed Esau, man. Right. The elites, the Illuminati, the bankers, they come from the tribe or the house of Esau, man. They're not the house of Jacob. All right. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he should not be able to hide himself." See, he can't hide no more, man. He can't hide under the being the J, the small hat. He can't hide being the so-called European, the so-called white man. He can't hide being French, Spanish. All right, none of that shit. No, you are the biblical Edomites, man.
Yeah, you
eat. Yeah, exactly. And they love to push that narrative that the so-called European or the so-called white man is different from the small hat.
No,
right? Like
no.
No, you are the tribe of Esau, man. You are the Edomite.
Yeah, and then they'll also try to say, well, that was Esau, our grandfather, that he hated.
Yeah.
No.
You are who you descend from. So you have the same characteristics. You have the same spirit.
Right. Yeah. Real quick, because they do be saying that's the spirit. I thought of that this week because we done heard it before. But they were like, oh, he's talking about Esau, the forefather. He's not talking about the Edomites. But real quick, Genesis 36:1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. So that cuts that shit, man. Y'all are Edomites. Esau is your forefather. Y'all gonna take on the curses of what's coming to y'all ass, man.
Oh, get the one you quoted at the beginning of the lesson about how you gonna have war with Amalek forever.
That's the spirit. Hey, we had to save
man.
that then. We had to save it. This is Exodus chapter 17, verse 16. It says, and he said, because the Lord has sworn, it says, for he has said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord would have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
And that whole narrative of Esau was done away with, then now the Jew gonna jump up there and try to pass the buck to the Arabs. Like, see, we gotta get rid of Amalek. No, nigga, that's y'all.
Right.
That's y'all, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all can't get away from that judgment, man. That's the reason why they hate the prophets, man, because we keep putting that back in their face. You're not like, it's funny because Pastor Ramblad just went live. He said you can't challenge your way out of this. You can't get out of this, man. This judgment is set for you because, like the scriptures say, man, the curse of the wicked, the curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. Who is that? That's these Edomites, starting with you Amalekites, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the spirit because he was right. He said we gotta get rid of Amalek because what's the scripture say? Thy own tongue condemneth thee. So yeah, you all right. You gotta get rid of Amalek. You gotta get rid of your ass, man. Because the Lord got it set up where you're gonna destroy yourself anyway.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen.
As the spirit of brother Jacob for life 45 put that Rothschild had 5 sons. Well, Meyer and Shabbat had 5 sons, and then Esau had 5 sons. Which through the spirit, that's more than likely them coming back in the reincarnation, man.
Yeah, more than likely,
Yep. So it's showing that, the spirit of the Lord has everything set up perfectly, man. That's the whole point of what this lesson is about, man.
Spirit heavy. Man. Hey, that's a good point, water brother. The water, Jake for life 45. That's a good point, man. Right?
Because the thing we gotta look at is if Esau is not the white man, then who is fulfilling this prophecy right here? This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9.
Yep.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
There you go.
If Esau is not the white man, and we compare the state of the world now, How can it get worse than this? If Esau, I mean, we gotta wait for another nation to rise up and make the world even worse than what we see now, bro. There ain't gonna be no earth, man.
Exactly.
So this is the man.
It's him.
Yeah. It's the guy.
Found out.
It's that guy.
He's that guy, man. He's been found out, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to bring out one real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get Obadiah 1 and 5 straight to the point. Give me that Obadiah 1 and 5, Baba Kushah.
I got you.
Straight to the point, man.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough?
Keep going.
If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Keep going.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
There you go. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
How are the things that Esau searched out? This is what we got in the screen here, man. Right? Everything, all the secrecy, all of this is being brought to light. As the Lord said, everything that's in the dark would eventually come to the light, man.
Ooh.
That's right.
Speaking of that, since we're saying we're using verse 5, because Esau said he was going to take everything, starting with Meyer Amschel Bauer. Okay, he was the beginning of that of the whole thing with the usury. All right, the banks and all that. So he started really the Babylonian money magic shit, you know. And so he taught his sons on how to use the usury to put all these other nations in debt, put these Rothschild banks in these different countries. So that was the beginning of that. So he's hoarded the earth to himself. So once again, showing you how the things that Esau searched out. The scriptures tell us the characteristics of how these devils were going to be in the end, and we're seeing Esau doing exactly what the scriptures say, man.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Salaki, I don't know why I did that. I meant to hit this one. Yeah, your brothers got it.
I get off the comment board. Milkama after the missiles, I think that's how you say his name. Daniel 12 and 14 or 12 and 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And that's where we're at, where the Spirit of the Lord is pretty much, revealing everything, man. All right. And so Esau Edom can't hide because the Spirit of the Lord is moving in overdrive, man. We're in the time of the end. Knowledge has been increased. The elect is waking up. Israel is standing upon their feet, and Esau is being exposed to the utmost power, man.
That's right.
Y'all got it.
I want to look at that definition. Overdrive. Here's the definition.
Let me see.
It says overdrive. It says a gear in a motor vehicle providing a gear ratio higher than that of direct drive, the usual top gear. All right. Hey, the Spirit is the top gear.
Facts.
It says, so the engine speed can be reduced at high road speeds to lessen fuel consumption or to allow further acceleration. It says number 2, a state of great or excessive activity, man. And you see these videos, the Spirit of the Lord, the content that's going out by the prophets. All right, it's an overdrive, man.
All right. Hey, I got one real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29. It says, the seekers' things belong unto the Lord our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. And that's what you see, man. We have the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, and the Lord did what? He put the Spirit on us to reveal various things that this devil's doing behind the scenes, man. And as the scriptures also say, these devils' own tongues shall fall upon themselves, man.
That's right.
The Lord is showing you who is his, man.
That's right.
Even amongst his own people, he's showing you who are his, man. So I got this goes right for you, Ashar. This is Isaiah chapter 62, verse 7.
Yep.
It says, actually, I start at
verse 6, brother.
Yeah, I started at 6 a lot. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. That overdrive, man. Brothers is going in overdrive, putting these videos out, man.
That's right.
It says, not taking no damn time off.
That's right.
It says, ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest till he establish until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Yeah, give him no rest. Give him no rest until Jerusalem be established in the earth, man. This truth is out there. The end is here. All right, the Lord is bringing the plagues, the division, the destruction, the chaos, the confusion. All right, all these things are happening worldwide, man. All right,
Yeah.
not a lot of time left, man.
Yeah.
Like I always bring out that quote you said, years ago. The world moves off the vibration of the prophets. We have been putting this energy out through the spirit, starting with our apostles for all these years, and now we are seeing these words come into fruition. We literally are manifesting the destruction of Esau Edom as we speak.
Hey, everything's spiritual. I gotta bring this out. This is 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 4. Samuel did that which the Lord spake and come to Bethlehem, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming and said, "Comest thou peacefully?" Hey, come on. Right. They move off the vibration. The world is moving off the vibration of the prophets, man. Because we're telling you what's about to take place. And everything that we're saying is taking place, man. Yes. The Lord got the spirit on us where we're telling you. Ain't no peace coming to the earth, man. Nope. But a sword. We've been telling you what was coming to the earth. The scripture say there's no peace unto the wicked. Ain't no peace coming to this place, man. This place is wicked as all hell. Right. Come on, man. This place is wicked.
As long as Esau Edom is in rulership, there will not be peace. There's no peace coming to the Middle East. There's no peace coming nowhere, not even to himself, because he's talking this big shit like he about to bring this new world order in and rule over it. No, there's no peace to the wicked. All right. Nope. There's not gonna be no peace till Yahushua comes, which is the Prince of Peace. All right, and establishes his kingdom. That's when the world will have peace, when Israel's in the power seat, man.
Yeah. So when you see the prophets on the highways and hedges, you should be trembling for real. Because the message that we're coming with is destruction. And it's destruction and peace to those that know and come in the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah. That's the peace for those that the comforter. But to the world, no, ain't no peace coming to the world, man. Everything that we're telling you that the Lord's about to destroy this damn bitch, man. Ain't no more plain than you say. That's what's coming, man. If you ain't coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah, you gonna get destroyed. So no, man. The prophets ain't coming peacefully, man.
Jeremiah 28:8. Get there real quick, and I'm gonna play a video before we wrap up. You know what I'm saying? If brothers had anything else,
it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28 and verse 8, and it says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." Man.
There you go. So that's what the prophets were prophesying, man, of evils, war, pestilence, destruction, man. The prophets didn't come in peace. All right. And that's the message that's out there, man. That this is the vibration of the prophets. And you see what's going on in the world.
Yep.
Okay. So that confirms that what we're saying is true.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's
right.
Now
I want to just play this on Trump, like you said, because we're in that transition. I had brought this out before, but just to add on to what we were saying. All right. We're in the midst of the transition now. Let me pull that up. All right. Let me see. Here we go. Share the screen.
Donald Trump warning, listen. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
Did you hear what the President of the United States just said? You can no longer deny the fact that the reset is happening in real time, and America has no clue. Donald Trump told every American that we are going to witness a 21st century upgrade to our financial system because everything is decades behind. That's a fact. But what people don't understand is cryptocurrency is going to be the backbone. Donald Trump confirmed this. You can no longer deny the fact that you are in the middle of the great wealth transfer. make sure to share this information with one person that needs to wake up.
Boom.
So
Woo. We are in the midst of the great wealth transfer. All right. All roads lead to the mark of the beast. Remember that.
That's right.
Man.
That's right.
Whatever you
So-
boys got, if you want to add in there real quick.
I had
you
an
know?
article because just showing that point was is true because that's prophecy. Because when we're dealing with what Esau did with the Federal Reserve, all right, when they took the monetary system and put it into this paper money, it was always meant to fail. All right, the history when you look up of paper money, it never lasted. You know, so this is just showing you that this was the goal all the way back then. So when they created the IRS and all that bullshit, that was all for them to lead to this. Okay, that shit that he was telling y'all, I would never implement, cryptocurrency and all that. As soon as he got in the office, he did a 360, man.
Yep.
Or
Nigga been going left ever since.
Right.
Yep. What you got out? You just bring the scripture?
I was trying to find that article. I can't.
Oh, you trying to find an article? Yeah. I got one more to put in there too, not to be
I'm gonna read this while that's on the screen real quick, Capo. This Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's what you see and been laid right before you. You just heard it with DJ Trump, the new infrastructure in this 21st century. That's part of the image of the beast, man. This new AI, this technocracy that they're laying forth, this social credit system, all this, the Palantir, everything that they're laying forth is a part of the image of the beast, man. And if you don't want to participate in society, you will be put to death. And in verse 16, and it says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that rich and bond represent what your status is in the society. Doesn't matter if you're locked up, rich, poor, doesn't matter, man. You all gonna be faced with the hour of temptation that's about to take place very, very soon. And it said that word mark goes back to the Greek word charagma, which means it was a incision and to prick under the skin. That's what the times we come into, what you see on the screen, man. And then that word for forehead goes back to the word metapon, is the middle of your forehead, which you see what they got Facebook, Meta now, and also what is your boy Elon Musk coming with? The Neuralink. So everything according to Bible prophecy is being lined up through the Spirit. Verse 17. And it says that no man might buy or sell, say he that hath a mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And that's the times we're coming into. So you won't be able to participate in society if you don't receive the RFID chip, which the mark of the beast, which the elder has on the screen right here, man.
Yep. I got you on that article, Priest, too.
Count the water. So, because what we're going into, like I said earlier, is that this fiat money was nothing more than a ruse to trick the people to get used to the idea of everything going digital. This is why we saw the cash transfer to the debit, credit card. Now everything you got touchless payments, and eventually, like they said, the payment's gonna go under your skin.
Yep.
So them taking the value out the money, all right, was always part of the plan because we deal with gradualism. This devil was gradually conditioning the people to accept this shit, man.
Yep. I want to make one point. I had used this article before. This is from NBCnews.com. It says mapping Trump's connections to tech's right-wing brotherhood. All right, and who's the brotherhood? The technocrats, right? As I showed in the lesson. Let me go down the point. All right, these are all you guys, right? And they're all speaking now. Trump's tech world connections: J.D. Vance, Peter Thiel, all right, Gail Slater, Shannon Sankar, so on and so forth, right? All these people, Elon Musk, right? Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, well, all them guys, man, right? The tech billionaires, the tech brotherhood, all right? The new rulers of America, right?
Right.
Got that article for you too. All
It
right.
talks about. Did you grab that scripture where it talks about the bubble that's about to burst? If you remember what I said.
Oh, you talking about Isaiah? Is it 31? Let me see.
I believe that should be it.
You talking about like the swelling of a high wall?
Yeah, the swelling wall. Yeah. There's another one too, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I thought it was Isaiah 31. Or was it Isaiah? No, yeah, it's Isaiah 30 and 13.
Oh, the one with the fish gate. That's a good one too.
Zephaniah. Zephaniah 1.
Yep.
Because as we getting that, I'll read this real quick. Dealing with it's the 5-stage life cycle of fiat currency. So it says I'll read this starting at the second paragraph. It says for paper currency, there was always a boom bust cycle. It often begins with the healing of a country's economic woes and promises of prosperity for all. To better illustrate how the boom bust cycle works, one can draw reference to the recent economic history of the United States. In the late 90s, U.S. technology stocks formed a huge bubble mainly because of the over-leveraging of debt through low interest rates. Startup technology companies with mediocre or even negative earnings were valued in millions. After the crash, which coincided with the terrorist attack on New York, interest rates were lowered again to spur economic growth, forming another bubble in housing. When the housing bubble burst, it almost took down the whole world's banking system, with credit facilities drying up, thus triggering the global financial crisis in 2008 or 2008. With interest rates kept near zero, special measures in the form of money printing were needed to boost the economy and create jobs. These cycles have been repeated for centuries, which is this Babylonian money magic, them creating money out of thin air. It says, according to Nick Beresh's 10,000 Gold, it seems that countries that broke peg with gold standard and introduced fiat currencies go through a 5-stage cycle. Step 1 is fueled by optimism and euphoria as politicians promise growth stimulus with the least amount of pain and discipline. In the beginning, there will be promise of fiscal responsibility to print only what the country needs and live within the budget means. However, such period is usually short-lived as politicians and central bankers will soon give in to temptation to print more money so as to stimulate growth. In stage 2, restrictions will be slowly removed from the currency creation process. The idea of paying off debt is no longer important as compared to growth, which is why you see that debt clock continually climbing to the point to where it's impossible to pay off at this point.
Right.
It says, as a result, growth becomes the single most important driver of the fiat system. As currencies gradually lose value due to declining purchasing power, people have to work longer hours to maintain their standard of living, and this is why we see everything going up. Which really, that's I'm along with Bar say this, but really, we got to stop saying that, because what it is things are not going up, but the dollar is going, the value of the dollar is going down. Therefore, everything is becoming more expensive.
Right.
Stage 3 is the gambling stage, where excessive liquidity makes its way into the stock market and real estate market. Growth will start to slow down, and therefore more money needs to be created to stimulate growth, which is why you constantly hear them talking about creating more jobs and all this other bullshit. Right. It says this means that interest rates must be maintained at artificially low levels. With interest rates kept low at the same time, there's significant money printing. People will have to take risk on the stock market or real estate market just to keep up with inflation. In stage 3, people also start to borrow more because of the wealth effect, with the bubbles causing them to feel like they have more money than they do in terms of purchasing power. Stage 4 is the penaltive stage of the fiat cycle. Sluggish growth in Western countries force financial institutes to try to make money through other means than financing and brokerage fees. At this stage, corruption prevails, fundamentals are ignored, and wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, the elites. At this point, individuals must look out for themselves by not trusting the government or financial advisors. Those who fail to do so will suffer potential loss of wealth in the latter stages of stage 4 and 5. Stage 5 occurs when there is hyperinflation, which we're entering into now, which is the worst economic phase of the fiat cycle. In stage 5, the currency becomes worthless. At this stage, precious metals are often reoccurring in the monetary system to be used as currency or be used to back up the currency. Keep in mind that hyperinflation has occurred at least 56 times during the last 2 centuries. At each cycle, only the movers and shakers can influence lawmakers to implement laws that benefit the rich and elites, especially those in the highest concentration of wealth. The middle and low income groups lose out the most and tend to feel the rich get richer. This is due to the rapid erosion of purchasing power caused by the inflation. During each stage of inflation, gold appears to rise in value as currencies continue to lose value. And that's what's happening right now when you look at the price of gold and silver and other precious metals. This is because as paper money loses value, the only alternative will be real money represented by precious metals such as gold and silver. The increased demands means that they will appreciate in value not only against fiat currency, but also against other tangible assets. There is a strong possibility that the global monetary system may collapse in the near future due to a crisis of confidence in the paper money system. Individuals must realize that the currency debt-based model for the monetary system is not sustainable, and there will come a breaking point when the government debts become uncontrollable. When this happens, you want to keep your assets in only real money, gold and silver. So all this, the read just to show you that they're doing this on purpose so that they can crash the economy, which is why they're talking about, basic universal income or universal high income, to where, like we mentioned earlier, AI will take over all jobs and people will literally have nothing to do but just exist. And so that's why they say to mitigate the wealth is just to give everybody a lump sum every month. All right, which people are gonna take that, like we saw during the pandemic with the stimmies, man. So all this is being done on purpose to condition your mind to get ready for that chip at the end of the day, man.
Yeah. That's why James, the 5th chapter and verse 2 says your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth eaten. You see that? So there's no value in the dollar. All right, they're just creating money out of thin air, right? The what you call it, the Federal Reserve, right, was set up to rip the people off. All right, so all of this shit is over with, man, and they're getting ready to usher in the new that transition,
right?
The wealth transition that Trump was talking about, which is going to be to the MOTB.
That's right.
So that's a heavy article. I had to save that one, man. That's a good read, man. The paragraphs too. That's good stuff, man. So hopefully this lesson was edifying, man. We just wanted to bring out all these different points, man. Spirits like to win, so we touched on different things, but nevertheless, Lord willing, you were edified, man. All right. There's a lot going on, man. So let me bring it back. Y'all can still hear me, right? Okay, cool. Something popped up talking about my audio. But anyway, yeah, we'll leave it like that, man. Your brothers got anything else you want to chime into, or is that it?
I mean, we post them precepts on the comment board. But other than that, yeah, that was it.
That was it, man. Hey, yeah, brother, beautiful precepts too, man. So yeah, that's it. So we'll leave it like that, man. Hey, this is GMS Charlotte live class, indoor class. I pray that you're edified, man. We're gonna close it out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who taught us the truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.
That was heavy, brothers. Appreciate that.